Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roseburg Speakers and Storyteller. Another exciting meeting ahead will be led by our special person for serving today as Toastmaster of the day. My job as SAA is just to give some housekeeping rules for this online meeting, which is please mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Turn on camera to elevate engagement. And now I would like to invite our presiding officer. For the first time, he will lead the meeting or open the meeting. Please help me welcome Ravi Shankar.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Ayu. Very warm welcome to everybody to our yet another meeting on a Monday morning Pacific time in at Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers. And I see that we have all our role players, and I don't think we have any guests here. We have Titin and Yudhika, but I think they've become part of our family. I wouldn't want to call them guests anymore. So typically the first thing we start off with is to welcome our guests, but I don't think we would want to call you guests anymore. So welcome anyway. And we give some time for our guests if any to introduce themselves. So we don't have that segment for today. Other than that, I just have a few announcements. Over the last week, we had a discussion with the EC and we've decided to have our contest in January. The contest will have, we actually have two contests. We have the humorous speech contest and the international speech contest. And the date for that contest is the 16th of January, if I remember right. Now that's about all that we're going to share for this time. We will be rolling out and seeking nominations from all our members shortly. You'll be hearing about it within this week, and other details as well will follow. That's just the only announcement that I had. And with that, I would now like to hand it over to our naughty, or is it nice? Our Toastmaster of the day. She'll tell us all about it. And you can decide if she's being naughty or nice about it. Over to you, Desha.
Thank you, Ravi. My name is Tisha. I am your Toastmaster of the day. Today's theme is naughty or nice, self-reflection. I invite you to reflect on the past year, put yourself under some scrutiny, and determine if you have been naughty or nice. All to ultimately answer the most important question: do you deserve a present from Santa or a lump of coal? I will go ahead and introduce our roles for today. First, we have our grammarian, Titin. Would you please explain your role and the word of the day?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. A very happy morning, afternoon, and evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm very happy to serve as a grammarian today. And as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language usage, and I'll take note of the outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. And as a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day for today's meeting is scrutiny. It is a noun. It means critical observation or examination. Example of the word scrutiny in a sentence. At the moment, the drug has not undergone any independent scrutiny. And before we start the session, let me give you one small example to show how important a grammar, especially here in my example, is a comma is. I would like to give you the first sentence. The first sentence is no more food. Second sentence, no more food. So we definitely aren't too fussy about grammar, but we would have to get those two sentences wrong, wouldn't we? I will provide my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Titin. That was an excellent introduction. Next, we have our counter, Michelle. Would you please explain your role?
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Yes, as the accounter, I will be noting the there, I just did it. The repetitive or double clutches where you start something and then you repeat it, which I just did, or just the basic things that are not necessarily part of your sentence, like when you say that, or in other words, I will be recording this and reporting at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Michelle. Next, we have our timer, Eureka. Could you please pronounce your name for me to make sure I got it right? And also introduce your role as timer.
Okay. For fellow Toastmaster and guests, as a timer, I will time the table topics, speaker formal speech, and also the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker at the time they have left using the green, yellow, or red card. For example, for a lot of most speech should be 4 until 6 minutes. That's mean at 4 minutes I will show the green background, and then I will show something like this one. The green background, and then when we got at 5 minutes, I will raise about the yellow, green, and then at the 6, I will raise the red card. For evaluation between 2 until 3 minutes, at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at the 3 minutes, I will raise the red cards. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Next, we have our general evaluator, Ayu. Ayu, could you please introduce your role?
Hello, everyone. Today I will be serving as your general evaluator, and my job is leading the third session or the third part of the meeting, the third portion of the meeting, which is evaluation. And everybody that gave their introduction earlier will be my team. And besides that, I will be taking note on how we do well and which part we can improve in the future meeting. Thank you, Deja, and back to you.
Thank you, Ayu. Now that we've introduced our roles, I'll explain our structure of the meeting today. First, we have our prepared speeches. Then we will have our table topics. And lastly, our evaluation. To get started with those prepared speeches, I will introduce our first speaker, who is Stephen Liu, and the name of his speech is the Chinese New Year. Go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, Deja. Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you. Yeah, your time for tonight. So my speech title is Chinese New Year Festival. So Chinese New Year Festival is a festival that celebrates the beginning of a new year on the traditional solar Chinese calendar. In Chinese and other East Asian cultures, the festival is also called the Spring Festival, as the spring season in the lunar calendar traditional start with the Li Chun, the first of the 24 solar terms, which the festival celebrates around the time of the Chinese New Year, which marking the end of the winter and the beginning of the spring season. Chinese New Year is one of the most important holidays in Chinese culture. And also, as well as celebrate in Southeast Asia, as well as the Western countries where they have the Chinese folks and lived in these areas. Say for example, such as in Southeast Asia, such as Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Cambodia, and the Western countries such as Australia, Canada, New Zealand, as well as the United States and the European countries. So in order to give you guys more tips and customs and the traditionals about the Chinese New Year festival, let me share my screen. Okay. So can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So let me introduce for you. Let me present a slide. Okay, for the Chinese New Year, the first important step one is present the slide. So step one is go back home. So say for example, for me, I lived in Guangdong province, which is not my hometown. My hometown is far away from here, is Jiangxi province. So the first step is go back home. So you can see the photo is captured in a railway station. So as you know, Chinese has 1.3 billion populations. So for China, the transportation during Chinese New Year is the largest immigration activities in the human being. So this is step one. Let me move to the next slide. The next slide is step two, is the prepare for the CNY. So usually people will purchase the important items in the market. Say for example, the buy red envelopes, or we call red pocket. And this kind of important stuffs. And the next step, step three, we call the decoration for the CNY. Usually we will purchase or we writing by ourselves for some kind of spring festival scrolls. And we will stick this kind of spring festival scrolls in the front of our entry, the door, usually. So this is usually we write many kind of readings and good hopings in this kind of spring festivals scrolls to hope for good luck for the new year. So this is the decoration. Let's move to the next step. The next very important step is we will usually, before the dinner, we will usually to firecrackers and fireworks before we have the Chinese New Year dinner. After the fireworks, we will usually have a big Chinese New Year dinners. As you can see in the photos, in the Chinese traditional dinners, reunion dinners, we will have, say for example, in my hometown, we usually have at least 10 dishes. This will including the fish, chickens, ducks, and porks, and so on. Why we usually have the fish? Fish in Chinese means 鱼. 鱼 means rich. So usually we will have fish in every family's dinner for sure. Also, as you can see in the right hand side, this is some snacks for the Chinese New Year festival. This is some kind of snacks. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So finally, the small kids is very happy during the Chinese New Year, because Chinese New Year for them is holidays. They can play and visit the families. Also, the most important, they will receive the red pocket, and they will collect more money, and they can purchase the items or the stuff they wanted. So the most happy person will be the kids. Okay, so that's all from my sharing. Okay, back to you, TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. I enjoyed those visuals. It sounds like those kids get, when they receive those red pockets, they must have been good that year. They must have been nice. Next speaker, our speaker number 2 is Amy with her speech titled Weaving a Team.
Who here has been part of a dysfunctional team? Now, yeah, like this can be your family, it can be your friends, or it can be work colleagues. I'm getting nodding looks of people knowing that feeling when you're all working together and you're like ships in a night, just missing each other. The team cohesion is not happening. Today, I'd like to talk to you about one of the main 5 dysfunctions of a team. This is the 5 dysfunctions of a team. This model is from Patrick Lencioni. He created this to establish a way for greater team cohesion. I want to talk to you about the bottom of this pyramid, the foundation. And to do it, I'm going to tell you a little story. At the moment, I'm working with 3 other people, and we are becoming a functional team. We're journeying through this path from dysfunction to functionality. The first steps we wanted to take was wondering what we could do. How can we do this? What is it? I suggested personality tests. Let's get to understand each other. Another one of the members was very important, was drilling into us that like it's references, because this is all academic. So don't forget that you have to reference whatever we're talking about. Another one of us just wanted to know, what time are the meetings? What time do I need to be there? And then when can I get out? Our other team member, he just wanted to make sure he wasn't overthinking everything. So each of us are looking in our different directions. We decide to go first with getting to know each other. Doing personality tests, understanding our different traits, our strengths and weaknesses, sharing this with each other. This was a fine example of establishing trust in a team. As I said before, trust is the foundation of Lencioni's pyramid. It's the root of any healthy relationship. How can we trust in a team? Swift trust, or trust developed quickly, helps diverse teams or temporary teams solve problems in a short time frame. Swift trust is used often for virtual teams, high intensity bursts of team collaboration. To do swift trust, it plays on people's mental models and their assumptions that they can just assume that other people are a certain way, and then they use that to establish trust. When I started in the course that I'm doing, the basis for this presentation, we were all introduced as experts in our own field. So straight up, there was this knowing that we had a base level of trust that we could collaborate on. Swift trust is great for these short bursts, but we start to see difficulties with swift trust when these heuristics, these mental shortcuts that we rely on to use swift trust, they can also come back at us. And an example of this is, okay, you're sitting in this team, everyone's an assumed expert. All of a sudden, you start to doubt yourself. You start to think everyone knows so much more. Oh no, what am I going to say? What if I say this and I look like a fool? All of a sudden, you've lost the trust within you. And the thing that was helping the team gather together has now fallen apart. I experienced this where I was too afraid to speak up amongst the other people because I didn't want to seem like a fool. But when that happens, we lose our team cohesion. We have to really step into letting what's going on in here, in our internal space, come out into the we space so that we can speak up, speak our vulnerabilities, and let our humanness shine through. That is what really gives us the foundation for a team to grow stronger together and for that trust to develop. This, for myself, was in that actual in our same team group. I had to fess up to the guys and say, I'm freaking out, guys. I'm really worried that you all know more than I do, that I'm not that academic. I'm coming at this from a creative approach, and I'm afraid to speak up because I feel foolish. And the minute I said that, everyone just dropped it. They're like, they appreciated it. And then they too opened up and said, oh, I'm worried. I have no creativity. I don't even know how we're going to do that bit. And we could, again, get deeper with our strengths and weaknesses and understand how we could work together stronger to become a successful team. So we were forming, we were storming, we were norming, we were going all the way out, we were squaggling, and then we were coming all the way back in. And I certainly hope we're reaching the point of performing. And this is just an example of how all the separate elements, all the separate individuals can weave together when they rely on this foundation of trust, and they can really open up and start becoming a strong team. Groups work together, need to create, weave a seamless tapestry rather than a patchwork quilt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy. I love that phrase at the end. It's excellent. Thank you for our excellent speeches. We will move on to the second portion of our meeting, which is our table topics. Our table topics master today is Ravi. Ravi, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Deja, Toastmaster of the Day. Now, in line with our theme today, I have curated, if I may put it that way, and I have sat with my mom and had her scrutinize all of the table topics that I came up with. So let's see how we go about it today. That's a nice prompt from Deja as well, to use the word of the day. All right, so for me to be able to share my screen, let me see if I can do that. All right. I hope my screen is visible to everybody. All right.
Yes.
Thank you. So for today's meeting, I have created 8 table topics, and you've got all of these 8 Christmas themed icons, if I may call them that, for you to pick from. And what I will do is now I will pick someone to take one of these, and then they can choose which icon they'd like to talk about. And I'll give them a topic to talk about. I see Tiger raising his hand. So does that mean he wants to speak? Oh, he does. Okay. Go ahead, Tiger. So which one of these would you want me to click on and then talk about?
Top center, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Right
All
there.
right.
That's the one.
Okay. So here's your topic. If you could be a secret Santa for someone, who would that be? And what gift would you give to them? If you could be a secret Santa for someone, who would that be? And what gift would you give to them? I'll stop sharing so that you can see everybody else as well at the same time.
I have to scrutinize this question. Gifts are for kids. Adults give Christmas gifts. You stop and think about it. You have an adult friend, you give them a gift, they give you a gift. It would be a lot easier to just say, hey, go spend $25 on yourself and I'll spend $25 on myself. We call it good. Kids, pick a kid. I just take a jar of kids in the neighborhood or in an area that are fairly poor, pick out a name, and just go to the store, find out how old they are, 11 years old, maybe get a hold of their parents. Hey, what does your kid like? And then go to the store and have some fun. For me, age group 8 to 11, perfect age group, because you can get them something fun, a video game, you can get them something that they enjoy, maybe a bicycle, maybe football, something that they'll enjoy and actually be thankful. They don't have to be thankful to me. They can be thankful to their parents. So I think it doesn't matter to me who it is as much as what they are. Christmas with no gifts when you're a kid kind of sucks. I never had to experience that, but I've had friends that have experienced that. You know, they got a candy cane, which is something. And let's face it, I mean, Christmas is about getting together with friends. I get it, and giving some praise to Jesus. But when you're a kid, the gifts are fun. And you get to play with your neighbors. You feel good. You feel like somebody cares about you. So in terms of who it is, again, I really don't care. It's just somebody that's poor, that's not going to have a Christmas, to give them something. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Tiger, for that impromptu speech about who you would pick for as a secret Santa. And if I understood right, you said it wouldn't matter who it was. What is more important is that they deserved and received a gift, because especially if you're a child and you don't get a gift for Christmas, it's not fun. All right, now with that, who else would want to step up? Let me see if I can pick somebody. And before I do that, let me share my screen again. Let's go back home. All right, so I am looking at, let me see. Ayu, would you want to go next?
Okay. That is my ginger cookies.
Okay, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gingerbread man. All right. When did you last take some time for self-reflection? And what did you reflect about? When did you last take some time for self-reflection? What did you reflect about?
When do I reflect? When was the last time I do reflection or self-reflection? I actually do it every time I need it. In a day, I can do it several times sometimes. Every time I feel sad, and even when I'm happy, I try to be mindful with what I do, why I feel like that. And the last thing is what I want to do with that. My father said to me, if you are happy, don't laugh too loud. But when you are sad, don't cry out loud. Just be a stable person in balance. Like, I'm a Christian, but I like the Buddhist philosophy about it's not a guitar, but it's similar to guitar. So if it is too strong, if we tied it too strong, it will be broken. But when you are not strong, put it not strong enough, the string, the sound will be not good. Lately, I do self-reflection every day. The last one was last night because I feel a little down and sad. What I do is I pray and I sing some church song since I'm Christian. And that's lift me up a little bit. I slept better. I woke up fresh. Even I just did my walk. So people, if you need anything, just take a moment, 1 minute, do some self-reflection and go again. Topic Master, thank you for this question.
Thank you, Ayu. Thank you for sharing with us about you taking a time out to reflect almost every day and many times in a day, if I understood right. And that's something that I really want to start doing as well. I don't get enough time to sit and reflect and think back. And I think that's one lesson that I'll take back from your table topic, to take just a minute every day and reflect about it. Thank you.
Ravi, if you're speaking, you are on mute.
All right. I just realized that I've been speaking on mute all along. So thank you for that. Okay. Thank you for your comments about reflecting almost every day, Ayu. That's something that I'll take back and I'll learn as well. And I feel that I don't reflect often enough in a day. And so that's something that I'll work on. Now, thank you for alerting me that I'm not muted, Akib. And with that, you've set yourself up to be the next table topic speaker. Now we've got, if you can see on the screen, a bunch of Christmas themed icons. Would you want to pick one? I'll let you know if you pick something that's been chosen already. So over to you, Akib.
So I have to tell which dot I want to take.
Yes, and I'll tell you what the theme is or what the topic is based on what you pick.
Okay, then the bottom right, red one.
This one. That's already, that is the one we just finished. I spoke about that. So we've got this one, the bottom first one, and then the middle one here. And we've got these two as well. And I think that's about it. These two maybe. Go ahead.
Okay, so bottom first I'll take.
All right. This one. No good deed goes unpunished. This is something that I came across recently. Tell us if this has happened to you or someone you know. No good deed goes unpunished. Tell us if this has happened to you or someone you know.
No good deed goes unpunished. First of all, doing good is very important, whether you have done or not, and that is very much important rather than looking whether it is getting punished or unpunished. But my idea has been to do something good every day. Don't just keep looking at the Instagram reel, rather than do something productive, something good for the community. And I see a lot of people coming out and supporting dogs, cats, especially in the winter season. I think that is one good thing which people do, and they never get punished. In turn, you'll always have blessings coming from God. There are a lot of ways which blessing can come. So one way you are doing something good for others, and simultaneously some good things happens to you as well. And that belief has been there with me for very long. And my father has been someone who says, at least don't do bad things. Try to do something good always. And that starts with giving some money to people who are, people who are downtrodden. And when I used to come out from the mosque, especially on Fridays, with my father, there's a story some 10 years back. So you'll always have few people gathered outside, right? Poor people. So you'll give some money. Sometimes you'll give ration, like you give some rice or biscuits. You don't get anything out of it. You don't get any punishment or blessings immediately coming out of it. But for a longer run, you'll always have that peace of mind. You will have good vibes coming in the family, and that is how people prosper, right? One way you help others, and then other comes helping for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is telling us to do something good. So I would request everybody to come and attempt our topic and give some more goods, do some more goods. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that, Akib. That was wonderful. I really like the way you turned the topic around altogether, and especially when you said it doesn't matter whether you get rewarded or punished for it. You should always be doing good every day. That was lovely. And I especially agree with that fact about people going out of their way to support stray animals on the streets in India. I've seen that happen as well, and that's really warm. Thank you for sharing, Akib. All right, now who shall we ask for? May I request our timer, Yudhika, to pick a table topic? And
Okay.
I'd like to see if somebody else can keep the time for him. So that'll help him. All right, I think I use volunteer to do that. Excellent. So let me quickly share my screen again. Okay, so which one would you want to pick?
The green button at the first row.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, the penguin.
The penguin.
The penguin.
All right. Excellent.
Yes.
As a child, what was your favorite prank to play on your friends or siblings? As a child, what was your favorite prank to play on your friends or your siblings? Yudhika.
Okay. Well, it was when I was a child. What was my my favorite prank to my family or my friends? Actually, when I was in elementary school, I had a lot of experience about many things, especially something that a naughty thing. Okay, so what's the prank? My prank is something that I something that well, actually, when I was in elementary school, I actually we had some experience. We had to clean our classroom, and then when we clean our classroom, and then sometime when it's my duty, I came late because so I haven't get the duty of for that thing. So I think that's the bad thing that I do in my person, and then from that I learned something that I should take a duty, I should take a responsibility for something. That's it. I learned from my prank at the elementary school. I think that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Yudhika. Thank you for sharing that. It was good to hear that even though you thought that you were playing a prank, that you were able to understand that you need to take responsibility for your actions, no matter how young or old you are. Thank you for sharing. Now I see that Elios has joined us. Welcome again, Elios. And I think he's raised his hand and he wants to go next. Before I go there, Elios, just give me a minute. I want to quickly check if we have enough time. I think we do, but I want to just quickly check with our Toastmaster of the day as well. Do we think we have enough time? I will take that as a yes.
You are muted, teacher.
We have 5 minutes.
Okay, excellent. So Elios, let me quickly share my screen. So we have these Christmas themed tokens, if I may call them that, on the screen, or icons on the screen. Quite a few of them are done already, but there are a few that aren't. You pick one and I'll tell you if it's done or not, and then you can. I'll see what's the topic behind that. Yeah.
I love the green circle Santa.
Sorry, which one was
Green circle Santa.
that? The penguin, you mean? Here?
The green circle Santa.
Oh, here, this one.
Up.
Sorry, green circle center. Okay.
Up.
That one was chosen. The green.
Yes.
This one. The
This
one
one.
with the Santa is done.
Oh,
This one's
okay.
available. The reindeer is available. The
Dear.
snowman. Okay, the reindeer. Excellent. Elios, if a child were to ask you, were you naughty this year or were you nice? What would you say? If a child were to ask you, were you naughty this year or were you nice? What would you say, Elios?
Whose child is this? Okay, I'll start. Oh dear, my children. Wow, you have beautiful question here. And yes, I have been naughty, not this year, but last year. So I got some punishment from my dear Santa Claus here, that I got a present which is a fractured bone. So I cannot really walk for more than 4 months. It happened during the June, and I can walk normally in November. But yes, after that, I've still become naughty again. I haven't become great or nice this year, and I'm proud of it, because become naughty is the different with the others. Sometimes when you feel that you are in the situation that you should choose be a naughty one or be nice one, I will always choose the naughty one, because the naughty one will always be reminder or remembered by the others. There are so many people that are nice out there. They will be get remembered. They will not be the one that tease you, the one that kind of bully you or kind of asking for help, but you don't want to help. You're just asking about it. And I really love to do this because in this life we are only live once. You only live once. So be naughty now or never. So yeah, please don't be nice to me because I will be naughty to you. So yeah, dear child, naughty you, naughty me, and naughty together. Let's do some naughty noises like now this year. Yay! Back to you, DTM.
Elios, I have to admit that was a very nicely way of putting it, that you should be naughty, and that if you are naughty is the only way that people will remember you, and if you're nice, there's too many nice people around. And I think that is why Tiger is always naughty all the time. All right, thank you for that. And with that, we come to an end of our table topic segment. I hope all of you had fun. Back to our Toastmaster of the day, Teja.
Thank you, Ravi. I very much enjoyed that table topic session. Now we will put our meeting under scrutiny and go to the general evaluation portion of the meeting. Our general evaluator is Ayu. Ayu, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day, Teja. Now we are going to start our evaluation portion of the meeting, and I would like to invite the individual evaluator for our first speaker, Stephen Liu, which is Tiger McCandy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Miss General Evaluator. And I would like to say, I think IU deserves a gift from Santa Claus this year. What do you guys think? Yay, General Evaluator. Let's get down to business. Let's scrutinize Stephen. Stephen, I'm going to use the acronym SPEECH. S is structure. You had structure. I'm going to come back to that as a recommendation, but you clearly had a beginning, a middle, and an end. P is for presentation. I was especially impressed with your presentation with your share screen. You did not put up words, you only put up photographs, and you spoke about each photograph and then moved to the next photograph. Excellent photographs. We all got a much better understanding about this celebration because of your photographs. You did a nice job explaining them. You didn't over-explain them, and the timing was very good. One of the best examples of screen share that I have seen in a long time. E is for enthusiasm. I think it was pretty obvious that you were enthusiastic about this topic. E, for engagement. Was it a topic that we can all relate to? I believe so. We all celebrate during the year something, whether it be Christmas or other holidays for other people. We all have traditions that we try to follow. I think your traditions in your culture are even more pronounced, more celebrated than other cultures. But at any rate, I think it's something that we all can relate to. C is for communicate a message. You didn't specifically communicate a message. However, it was implied. The message being, at least to me, that there was this celebration, that it's a cultural thing, that a lot of people participate, and that it brings your culture closer together. H is for humor. I didn't laugh. I think that there was some places where you could have definitely put in some humor. This is not a speech that lends itself to a lot of humor, but I think just a touch of humor here and there would have made it better. So my recommendation in terms of the structure, when you started, you were a little slow getting into your speech. Just start with the speech. You don't have to thank us. You don't have to give your title. The title has already been given by the Toastmaster. Just go ahead and get right into the speech. Once you got into the speech, it was very good. Your body was very good. Like I said, the slideshow was excellent. Your conclusion was very quick. You really didn't have a conclusion. Try and tie it back to the beginning. My other recommendation, or actually my other challenge, is next time you give a speech, tell a story. Overall, this was an excellent speech. I feel like I learned a lot. Thank you very much, and I look forward to more speeches from you. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our evaluator, Tiger McCandy. Stephen, it's very Chinese. I like it so much. And oh, especially the thesis. Oh my God, that's very Chinese. Thank you for sharing that. And I just would like to say, if next time, if you have a speech, if you want to deliver a speech, just go reach out to your mentor and try to do it one time with her. For your information, Stephen mentor is me, so I'm just talking out loud, thinking out loud. Just get hold. We practice first.
Yes, rehearsal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Next time,
you.
yeah, rehearsal. Yeah. Thank you, Ayu.
Thank you. Now is the individual evaluator for Amy. I hope, Mary, if you are looking at this recording, we hope you are okay. We know that you just did your surgery. I hope you just miss us or just forget about the time, miss the timing, or forget about RSS, or forget about if this is Monday. You know, I hope you are okay. Okay, Amy. Timer, I will start now. Amy, I really like your speech. This is, again, we learn something from you. And this speech is not like a common speech. I mean, you are trying to dig deeper about the unpleasant, or not unpleasant, but something that people will hesitant to share. We are mostly, what in my experience, mostly people will say, oh, our team is good, our team is like this, everything is positive. But you really show that this problem normal happen in a teamwork. Three things that I like. The first is the structure. You open with rhetorical question. You have the body, which is very informative, and you close with your closing. For me, the one that I really like is the pictures, where those little people from the center to go very far and then go back one and become one person. That's really good. Strong message through picture. Number two is the usage of prop as a virtual background. It is eye-catching, simple enough, not stealing audience attention from you as the speaker. And your vocal and gesture, you put everything there. Not the gesture, not so much enough to emphasize the message. I like it. Oh, one more thing. You speak slow enough so I don't really catch any filler words. Yippee! To challenge you, sometimes I see your eye was going to the side. I don't know whether you are reading or you are, reading can be reading just point. And I understand that, but that is very obvious. So how to eliminate that? I think you know how to eliminate that, but I just mentioned it's quite obvious. So maybe you want to put it in front of you so you can just look like this, not going to the side. You are standing. I believe you are standing, but I want you, I challenge you to move a little bit from side to side, even though I know your speaking area is limited, just a little movement. And the last one is, I noticed you said thank you at the end of your speech. I strongly suggest to just say Toastmaster, to hand over it back to the Toastmaster of the day. So we learn we always learn something. Thank you for sharing your insight. And thank you, Amy. Now go to general evaluator, which is me. Now we are going to hear from our team. First, grammarian. Titin, are you ready? Over to you, Titin.
Yes, thank you very much, Bu Ayu. Okay. So good evening, good morning, afternoon, evening, fellow Toastmasters, and I guess it is a pleasure listening to all of your speeches. Well, a non-native like me scrutinizing native speakers' English language usage. So it is really something. It is kind of challenging. Thank you very much for your trust. And now I would like to share some of the words and sentences that we can improve. Okay, for example, the first one, the last time I do self-reflection. Do the work do there last time, it means it was in the past. So my suggestion will be to use the word did. The last time I did self-reflection, we use verb 2 instead of verb 1. Second one, I have been naughty last year. Last year, so I suggest that the verb there is using verb 2 had instead of have, because it's in past. The third one, we hasn't. We is in the form of plural, so we use have, negative form, haven't, instead of using the word has. Has is for singular, he, she, it, and have is used for we, you, they, and I. Fourth one, this is the last one for the grammatical suggestion that I would like to share. This problem normal happen. My suggestion will be this problem happens, because it is singular, so we use s after the word, the verb happens normally, because this adverb, this adverb normally, it is to explain the verb happens, so we use ly, normally. And for the number of times the word of the day, scrutiny were mentioned. Toastmaster Deja mentioned the word of the day twice, Ravi once, Tiger twice, and I apologize for any word of the day that I miss. And I do find wonderful quotes and thoughts that I would like to share with you. The first one was from Toastmaster Amy. Understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. Second one from her, trust is the basis of a team. Last one from her, groups working together need to create a seamless tapestry rather than a patchwork quilt. From Tiger, it doesn't matter who it is. What's more important is that they receive the gifts. From Bu Ayu, I try to be mindful with what I do. Second one from her, when you are happy, don't laugh out loud, and when you are sad, don't cry out loud. From Aquit, try to do something good always. From Yudika, Toastmaster Yudika, take responsibility for your actions. We have some more. From Toastmaster Ilios, the naughty ones will be the ones whom are remembered. So it is up to you, agree or disagree to this statement. Another one from him, you only live once, YOLO. Another one from Tiger, put more stories in your speech. So I find this to be very interesting and worth for us to ponder and remember when we write our speech. So thank you very much. And with that, I conclude my grammarian's report. Thank you. Back to you, GE, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Titin. Very clear introduction at the beginning. Thank you. It was very much complete and very clear with visual aid on your report on grammatical error, including suggestion that you provide, word of the day, and beautiful language uses. Thank you, Titin. Now we are going to Michelle. Is Michelle here? Oh, yeah. Hi, Michelle. This is first time
Yes.
Michelle joined RSS in the evening. I think. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam GE. And I am still recovering from that amazing grammarian report. In addition to all the kudos that people have given, I wanted to commend Titin on how fast you must have been typing to get all of that down into your visuals. Amazing, incredible. And I want to start by commenting on you gave a very comprehensive report and did not have one or repeat phrase. Amazing. Kudos to you, Titin. You definitely should be an official member of our club. Just kidding. Just continue to come and do what you're doing and we'll love you anyway. Now, in terms of account, this is a harder task than I thought. I had signed up for this last week or the other week thinking, okay, I can't do anything heavier than this, so I'll do account. Wrong. This is one of the hardest roles. See, that was not counted. Okay. I was listening to Stephen, and for the entire speech, believe it or not, Stephen, you did a really good job. You only had towards the end, you said, end it. But that was all. The rest, you were flawless there. Amy, I love Patrick Lencioni. And a couple of times, I think you repeated words, like you said, their assumptions. And then I think you said, I experienced. So those were probably not intentional. Then you had repeat words, which you might have intentionally done, as when you said, I am afraid. Now, I don't know if you intentionally did that to show how afraid or apprehensive you were. And then you also said, I have no, not sure if it was no authority or no experience. But again, I'm not sure if the I have was intentional to sound like you were uncertain. You started by saying, when you said, there's my so you were aware of that. You did also say it's, and later on you said if you have, and then you stopped, and then said if you need. So that was kind of a start, and then shifting to a different or slightly different direction. The others, I did not comment or count the number of they, especially if they were guests or very new Toastmasters, because I guess that would be something to expect. With alias, though, because you're very experienced, I wonder if you noticed that you were saying kinda. I don't know if that was something you intended to say. It was a double jeopardy in the sense that kinda is really not. You can ask Titin, she would say, nope, that's not in the English language. Plus, you said it twice, kinda. Just something to observe. Other than that, I think this is the end of my report, and I will not sign up again for Accounter for a while because it was a very hard thing for me to do. Actually, I had to scramble with my notes. So back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Yeah, kudos for Ravi. No, I just read the chat. Michelle, thank you. That was very engaging and the way you say it. Please do another role. Take this role again. We love the way you do it. You remind me again, we can do a counter report just like what you do, which is good. And with Michelle taking up this role, people, I'm telling you, she is wide awake. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Now we are going to hear from our timer, Yudika.
Okay, thank you for our general evaluator. Okay, for the first speaker, Stephen, we've got 6 minutes 25 seconds. For the second speaker, Amy, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Tiger, in our table topic, it's about 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Ayu in table topic, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Aquip in table topic, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Yudika in table topic, 1 minute and 47 seconds. Aleos in table topic, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Tiger for evaluation, 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Ayu for evaluation, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That's it for timer reporting. Back to general evaluator.
Wow, what a meeting today. Everybody speaking in their allotted time. Oh, and I give a very good, I applaud Judika on your attentiveness doing this timing report. It is not, I know it is not easy putting virtual background and working with your stopwatch. Two suggestions for Judika. Sometimes you start your sentence with okay. So I suggest you to not start with okay, but maybe with thank you, or just directly into your report. That's one. And number two, sometimes we do spotlighting. So even though not doing spotlighting, I would like to suggest you to raise your virtual hand. It is under the reaction button at the below part. If you raise your hand, you will be always on the top right corner. So people will always know that you are the timer. Easy to look for. That's it. Okay. You may try. Thank you, Judika, for being our taking up this role today. Next is my report. I have about 3 minutes, and I would like to say thank you, Roseburg speaker and storytellers, for this smooth meeting. I love to have Rafi with us and taking up as our president of education. Your energy at least for me, it lifted me up and would like to contribute more. Thank you for stepping up. We are very grateful for that. And you do some spotlighting there. It's also, for me, it's something good. Let's decide whether we want to do that or not, because in terms of YouTube, we cannot really see the expression of other people. If we stay in gallery, when we go looking back to the YouTube, we can see everybody reaction. But again, it will be very clear for the speaker. So what we want to do is let's decide on that. That's for Rafi. On table topic, I love your prop, and the session was very engaging. The question, I love it all. On that note, I want to say, I'm not always succeed to be mindful. Sometimes I forgot. Tiger is my sensei. When I fail, being angry, sometimes he knows that. Okay. I love your confidence. I love when you deliver the table topic very relaxed. Next thing, we go to Toastmaster of the Day, Deja. Very calm. Deja, your energy is always, the word is serenity. I know that word is belong to Michelle, but I'm going to use that to define,
Describe.
to describe. Thank you, Deja, to describe you, your smile, your way of delivering things are very calm, serenity. Two things that I would like to suggest. Every time as a Toastmaster of the day, when you introduce the speaker, also mention that who is the evaluator or who will be the evaluator, and mention the timing. So for example, speaker number 1 is Titin and the evaluator will be Amy. Timing wise, timer for the 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. Thank you so much, Deja. Other than that, you are perfect. Do I miss anyone? Seems like also only for the evaluator. That Tiger, thank you. It was encouraging with some suggestion and recommendation. One last thing for the speaker. Every time planning to deliver a speech, please log in. This is just a reminder. Log in into your account in Toastmaster International website to see your speech project, time allotted. And then when we finish, please go back to do the follow-up and take the tick. So we can see your progress, your educational progress in Toastmaster. With that, I thank you all and back to Toastmaster of the day, Deja.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ayu. And thank you all for an excellent meeting. I believe you all deserve a present from Santa, but maybe also a lump of coal. I will turn it over to our presiding officer, Ravi.
Thank you, Deja. That was a lovely meeting, and thank you everybody for being with us today. I had a whole lot of fun, even though I was spotlighting, and I only realized towards the end that that was probably something that I could have not done. Would have saved me some time, and you could have seen all faces throughout. Next time, good learning for me. Amazing speeches, both prepared and table topics, and also excellent role play from everybody. Really thankful that you've all stepped up and taken roles every single time. I have one challenge to all of you before I officially announce our meeting closed. The challenge is I would want us to see if we can get one friend of ours to join, one friend, acquaintance, colleague, relative, mother. Try that. All right. Get somebody to join the meeting along with you next time. That will be fun. So with that, I officially announce our meeting a close. And I think maybe I should also stop recording now, right? Okay.